Yeah, I mean, we're super excited. We've had two good years playing a pretty tough schedule. But as you mentioned, I mean, we have about 30 seniors. I've never had that in my 28 years of coaching. And so one thing I always preach is you're only as good as your seniors. And, if you have 3 of them, that makes a big difference. And having 30 of them, it's a really exciting class. And, we have a freshman class of over 30 and a sophomore class right at about 25. And so we've got over 100 kids, which is the first time since I've been here that we've had that. So it's pretty exciting.
Brett Ottenmeyer, kind of start with him as a commit to Missouri State. So what are your expectations from him?
I mean, I think the sky's the limit for him. I thought he had a really good year last year, as you mentioned, in his first year as a starting quarterback. He's an athletic kid. He's put on 20 pounds in the offseason and just has the ability to read the field and throw, make any throw. And so, I think as long as we can protect, I like our skill guys, and, I think we should be able to move the ball effectively.
And then you have a lot of skill guys, too, as like Leighton Usery, Max Jones, Grayson Smith. Leighton had a huge breakout season last year. First year playing football, right?
It is. I mean, he's a hockey lacrosse player, came out for football last year. And, we look up midway through the season, and he's one of the, leaders in receptions and yards and touchdowns, and had just a tremendous year. And, really a kid, I think, that got better as the weeks went on, adjusting to, yards after the catch and being contacted and things like that. But Max Hurley is a returning senior who caught over 30 passes for us. And then the 2 big kids, having 2 6'5", tight end basketball type players is something we haven't had before. And both kids are, can be physical and go up and get the football. And so, hopefully, can continue to get better each week. We return a senior, Deshaun Horskins. He was our backup running back last year, and he'll serve as the starter. And really, I mean, he's a tough kid, runs really hard. He's a hard-nosed runner and can be a workhorse for us. And then I think we've got a couple kids behind him that can service us as well.
And then now you've got an experienced offensive line, about 4 or 5 returning starters from last year, and they've paid their dues, and now it's like kind of time. They're developed right now, so like it's kind of their time to shine.
It really is. I mean, both Nick Hayek and Ethan Bain started as freshmen, and they're juniors now. Lucas Fortune, Ian Perez, all started as sophomores, and so they're juniors and seniors now. There's no reason to say, hey, we're inexperienced and things like that. But I know with the teams that we play, especially as we get into our district, like, you're only as good as you are up front, and that's where we got to continue to try to improve. I felt like as long as I've been here, we've had, good skill kids, and we've put together a lineman here and there, but I feel like we have the ability to have 5 quality guys up there that'll fight each down.
And defensively, you'd bring virtually everybody back. Don't know if you ever had that, and you had some young guys. I mean, Gunnar Holmes, the freshman, he led you guys in tackles last year.
Yeah, he's a dynamic kid, led the team in tackles, first team all-conference, and so, the expectations high for him. We had a Brady Kluba transferred in as an all-conference linebacker from Pattonville, and so, again, I think our linebacking core with Dane DeBach and JT Brooks, I think, is super solid. It comes down to up front again, and some of our guys are going to have to play a couple ways, but we do return all of our secondary, and so, the experience is there. Now it's time to just kind of put it all together.
Yeah, you're in a pretty fun
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, Hazelwood East was lights out last year, and it took a lot. We still haven't slowed them down. And Parkway North's had our number the last couple of years. So week in and week out, it's tough. I think we play a pretty tough non-conference schedule with Seckman as our opener, Lindbergh, and it's just week in and week out. We got to try to get better and see what we can do.